Hi, I'm Rocco and welcome to StoryMakers. Today we have Alva Sachs with us, all the way from California, to talk about some of her books and her projects. Welcome to StoryMakers, Alva.
We're so excited. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. And wait, there's another guest. It's not only Alva, there's someone else. Who is that on your lap?
This happens to be Justin, and he's on his skateboard because he's one of the characters in On Your Mark, Get Set, Go. On Your Mark,
Get Set, Go. The title makes me think it has something to do with a race, does it?
It does have something to do with a race. And it turns out to be a big surprise adventure for Justin, Mario, and Marcus, who are BFFs. Do you know what a BFF is, Rocco?
BFF, I think, is best friend forever.
Yay! Best friends forever. Yep, and it does have something to do with a race, with three boys who are best friends.
Are there any other characters in the book?
There are. Each of the boys' dads are in the story as well.
So this is a father-son type of story?
It is. I wanted to do a book just with dads and sons because there's a lot of different kinds of blended families out there. And I think it's important for kids to look at a book and see themselves in a book and in a story. And that's why, one of the reasons why I decided to do this with their dads. And also Justin's Caucasian, Mario's Latino, and Marcus is African American.
And we have other of your books here too. And one is Dear Master Dragon, which is a coloring book, a comic book. What is it?
You're right on both counts. It's a coloring book and a comic book. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I said, oh my goodness, I'm thinking this could be a comic graphic novel for kids where they could color in it, which kids love. And it's really been a lot of fun doing the book in that format.
Tell me a little bit more about the dragon.
Danny goes through very much what we all go through when we're growing up. There are things we want to do, but we can't do, and we don't know how to learn how to do them. And Danny can't fly or breathe fire like all of the other dragons. And he's very unhappy, he doesn't know what to do, and he decides to sit down and actually write a letter to the Dear Master Dragon for help. You know, how's he gonna get along with all the other dragons if he can't breathe fire or fly?
So which one of your children is featured in CIRCUS Fever?
Jessica, one of my daughters, is the star of CIRCUS Fever.
And tell us about CIRCUS Fever.
CIRCUS Fever is a delightful story about a little girl who loves the circus. And it turns out the circus is coming to her town, and she just can't wait, and she runs in to tell her mom and dad all about it. And it's a dilemma. Are you going to go to the circus? Are you not going to go to the circus? And that's all she thinks about. And that's why it's called CIRCUS Fever. Because fever in this title doesn't mean you're sick. It means you really like something. Like I oftentimes have chocolate fever.
We all have chocolate fever every once in a while. And I'm 5. I wish I were 5, but this book, I'm 5. Does this feature another one of your children?
This does. This features Julie, whose birthday was at the end of the summer. And she was ready for school, but school wasn't ready for her. She had to wait till school started. And we all have to learn patience. It's a very difficult thing to learn, even if we're standing in line at the grocery store or waiting for our turn for our food or anything we have to do. And this has to do with Julie and all her friends, her turning 5 and getting ready for school, but school is not ready for her.
I enjoyed Dancing Dreidels, and this is a great book to learn about a particular culture. I say it's everything you want to know about Hanukkah. There's so much information. It's not only about dreidels, right?
Yes, it's not only about dreidels. It's a way of sharing holidays, with people who are Jewish, people who are not Jewish, and also know that this is something that's shared around the world in many different cultures. And I felt it was important to kind of put this out there in a fun way with the 4 Dreidels, who are best friends. And they're all named after the Hebrew letters on the dreidel, the spinning top. And they're planning on performing at the big family Hanukkah party and dancing with the music, but you know, there's always a dilemma, and this dilemma is Sheila. She spins and spins and tries, and every time the music starts, she's on the floor. She's not spinning.
Well, I guess we have to read the book to find out what happens. And there's one more book that I didn't mention, Pirate Princess.
It's a really fun, adventurous story with Madison, who's the pirate princess, and her best friends, Jonah and Sophia and Jackson and Hannah. And they are having a terrible time trying to decide what to play on a rainy day. I know a lot of people used to dress up as pirates for Halloween. Did you ever do that, Rocco?
Well, not for Halloween, but there is it called National Pirate Day, when you're supposed to dress like a pirate and do pirate types of things. Your book would be a perfect match for Pirate Day, I think.
Oh, you'll have to tell me more about that, matey.
Yes, aye, sir.
It's a fun story about them searching for that, you know, that hidden treasure on the island.
You have different things that go along with your books. You have bookmarks, and you have these little, they're not cutouts, but they're images from different books, because I'm sure this one is from CIRCUS FEVER, and this one is from 5. You have pencils that go with your book. So we're going to have a little contest. I am going to mix them up, and I am going to pick a color, and you're going to tell me what book it goes with. Light blue.
Dancing Dreidels.
Dancing, you got that one. Green.
The green is On Your Mark, Get Set, Go.
Yes, On Your Mark, Get Set, Go. Orange.
Orange is a circus color for CIRCUS FEVER.
Okay, you know your pencils and you know your books. And last but not least is purple.
Purple, I'm 5.
Very good. Well, you passed, but I'm keeping these pencils here in my pocket. Going back to On Your Mark, Get Set, Go, they have a skateboard race, don't they?
They do. Each of the boys have skateboards, and they were going to go skateboarding, but there was a problem with their skateboards. And you'll find out in the story that each of the boys had a particular problem with their skateboards. And when they told Justin's dad that they were going to go to the park, but their skateboards weren't working, Justin's dad said, "That's great. Bring your skateboards here." And then the adventure ensues.
And you have an activity surrounding skateboards for us, don't you?
I do. I have several activities on my website that go with On Your Mark, Get Set, Go, where you can color a skateboard, you could design your own skateboard. I have tic-tac-toe on a skateboard. And actually, I have activities for all of my books on my websites that you could just print and download and use those pencils that you have, Rocco, to do those activity sheets.
If you had to plan a fun day alone, what would you do? Well, share that with us below. And you may be helping out some other people with your ideas. But I have one, is going to Alva's site and getting some of those activities. So, Alva, besides writing books, you're very involved with literacy. And I think you're involved with a literacy organization out there in California?
I am. For over 12 years, I've been on the board of Reading is Fundamental of Southern California. I'm currently the president for the past 5 years, going into my 6th year. And we raise funds for kids through our motivational reading program, through school sites, where children who are in underserved areas of Los Angeles and Orange County get 3 brand new free books during their school year. Many of these children have never had books of their own. Many of their parents don't have an opportunity to do this. So these free books help to build home libraries for them. And it's an exciting day when we deliver the books. They get to pick out their very own book. They get to put their name in the book and a book plate. And it's a very heartwarming thing to support literacy. It's our nonprofit.
Reading is Fundamental has chapters all over the country, don't they?
Yes, they do. We're a separate chapter. We're the second largest out of Washington, D.C. So we're Reading is Fundamental of Southern California, and we serve 65,000 to 70,000 children a year with new books.
Well, thank you for all your work with Reading is Fundamental. And thank you, Alva, for taking time to come to StoryMakers on KidLit TV.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, and what all of you are doing for kids and children and literacy is something to be admired, and I'm very honored to be a part of this, and it means an awful lot to me.
Remember, until next time, read a book in any format.